Hey guys, Aaron here, doing a little review on the Picopresso from WACACO. Just wanted to ask everybody here, does anybody know what's going to happen to hot boiling water when I pour it into these ceramic cup, a glass cup, and then a plastic cup from Picopresso? And not just a plastic cup, but a plastic bottom, a plastic lid. So what's going to happen to the espresso that's inside as it touches water? It should transfer the heat directly down into the espresso cup so that you can have a nice, 195 degree espresso drink that's usually made from a professional espresso machine that the water coming out of the brew head is between 199 and 200. That's not going to happen in this Picopresso because of plastic, not just on the bottom, but also in the top where you're going to be pouring hot boiling water into, and then it's going to be transferred to this plastic, almost acting as like a brew head, of course, through your espresso, down into your cup. I can assure you it's not going to be 199 degrees coming out. And that is the big problem with this Picopresso, is that they should have made the internals metal and made this a thicker double wall, because they have all of the material for it to prevent you from getting burned on the outside. A lot of companies like Flair, when they first started out, they had a lot of plastic, even a silicone, excuse me, not a plastic, but a silicone holder so that you wouldn't burn yourself. But the inside, of course, from Flair was metal, so that you would keep the metal insert that acted as a brew head, put it in a little bowl, pour the boiling water in to warm it up, both on the inside and on the outside. And then you would pour hot water. Now, at that point, you would usually do around 201, 202 degrees hot water, because you wouldn't lose, or you would not lose the temperature margin that you would typically as you're pouring this into plastic. It's not silicone inside. I wish it was, but it's not. And again, this might be slightly silicone, but all in all, this is 2023. We shouldn't be putting boiling water into plastic. I don't care who you are, where you're from. It doesn't work well. And then putting this under pressure, as Picopresso wants you to, this is very similar to the $25 to $50 espresso machines you can find at Walmart, or any of those, convenience stores that allow you to pour water in, boil it in a plastic container. Instead of boiling here, you're doing pressure, for every, I think it's every degree, or as pressure increases, temperature increases with water. So that as you're increasing the pressure in here, theoretically, it should be increasing the temperature, but it's not. And what comes out is, unfortunately, not 199 degree, drink, but 175 to 180 degree. And that's where the disappointment of this great little device is. If only they would have made it with metal inside, made the double wall thicker, and metal down here, and just made a better connection. I don't want to say I'm okay with this. On the go I am. Sure, on the go I am. But if you really want espresso drinks, you better be having them come out at 199 to 200 degrees, because otherwise it's not espresso. And unfortunately, this is labeled for espresso. So I would give this as a convenience. Sure, if this is the last thing in the world you've got, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Get your little boiler, get your water, put your water in after you've got your grinds from your espresso or your coffee. It works great as a little coffee maker, but not an espresso maker. So wouldn't recommend it. And just to add as a little bit of a just proof of concept here, you'll see that I've been heating these all up. You know, you've got your ceramic, you've got your glass, and you've got your plastic, okay? And we're getting almost to the boiling point, 212, excuse me. We're going to just check right here. We see it is about 180. We're going to check right here, just under 180. And what we're going to do, of course, is pour this out. Put it back here. We're going to... I had to stop the video. I had to just change over the thermometer. And now we're just going to look at what this thermometer is going to. I'm going to fill it almost all the way up. And let's see here. So we are almost at 200 degrees. Ceramic cup goes to, let's see, is that 200? Okay, 200, so we're over 200. We can already see that this plastic is losing its temperature. Anyway, the point is that with plastic and plastic and plastic, like I said before, going from one plastic to another plastic to, it's just, again, it's 2023. We should be not drinking forever chemicals in our body forever and ever and ever, no matter what the convenience is. And this is just my opinion as somebody who is an espresso fanatic. Okay, it's a great concept, but it's poorly thought out, because once again, you can see the drop in temperature from that plastic. Okay, and here we go over here. Yes, there's a drop in temperature, but it's not as severe as over here. And again, now we're at 180. And that's before it even goes through. And again, this is just, I don't want to say this is unscientific, but it's unscientific. But again, if they would have just put a metal inside, had the double wall thicker with either silicone so that you don't burn yourself, and have the under part be metal as well, and the only plastic piece just touching the very base of it, this could have worked better, because you want that water to be hitting that espresso at 199, 200 degrees temperature of Fahrenheit. You really, for making espresso, other coffee, geez, but if it's a disappointment for something that so many people have been waiting for so long, a convenience of, and that's about it. Look at other devices out there that are more portable. There are better ones that have metal inside. May cost a little bit more, whether you have to connect it or not, but think about it. Don't ruin your espresso on, something like this that just loses its temperature extremely quickly.
open the Picopresso, and there's no brush, no scoop inside. So yeah, the product is incomplete. So you can see here, I didn't find it.